Hi guys. You know what the thing is that every time I go live, I have to like fidget with like 10 different things and then I get out of breath. The moment you see me, I'm out of breath. That's why I think every time you see me, I'm out of breath. Okay. So, this is a cat toy. In case a cat comes, we can play with it. I should have made this stuff look cute before I came live, but whatever, guys. Ooh. I just had half a sandwich and some watermelon. And I have my water here too in case I get thirsty. But yeah, today I wanted to come on live and see if anybody had any questions because I posted some videos, shorts, whatever you want to call them, earlier this weekend, or I think it was this weekend. Wait, what's today? Monday? Yeah. And one of them went like a little, not viral. Some people say viral is like millions of views, but personally, I think like 10K plus to me is viral because my views don't go that high all the time. Anyways, so I wanted to see if anybody had any questions. I mean, I just came on. I'm not sure if anybody is here yet. I didn't tell anybody that I was coming on live either, so that's probably another thing. I keep fidgeting because like my shoulder, this right shoulder, I always try to bring it down because if you can notice, like I'm kind of sit like funky. So I try to bring it down and around. But sometimes it just wants to mess with me. Don't know why. In any case, let's see. If you guys didn't watch my shorts, I'll go into more depth and answer any questions. But one thing was always like, how can you breathe? Obviously, this isn't like a really good example because right now I look like I'm super out of breath because I keep taking like really deep breaths. But that's because I was moving around a lot just now and my corset is super tight. It's not closed like it was earlier, but it's like this. And it's not parallel either, so whatever. But it is tight for me, especially because I just ate too. So, yeah. I'm like really full right now too. I feel like I need to burp. I have to like do this to myself. Because it's hard for me to burp in general. Like even if I'm not wearing a corset, like it's always been hard for me to get the air out of my belly this way. TMI. But it's always been hard for me to burp. So I just like I'm a baby and I do that. No, I don't do that. I usually go like this. But right now, just like it's a little, just doing a little too much right now. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't come, it doesn't come. So whatever, it is what it is. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys today about, so how to breathe in a corset, right? Obviously, I'm breathing because I'm talking and I'm alive, right? I am out of breath though because I was moving around and I was moving pretty fast, like trying to get things situated. And I don't know about you, but sometimes when I'm stressed, this might sound so bad, but like I forget to breathe. Like I hold my breath. Like, you know, sometimes when you're working out, I don't know if this happens to you, but sometimes like I'll be working out and I'll forget to breathe. I won't forget, but I'll just hold my breath like kind of thing, you know? I'm not breathing, which is, it's not a good thing. So sometimes that happens when I'm like stressed out or I'm moving really fast, I won't breathe. And then that's why I get out of breath. Also, another thing is that if my corset is super tight and I'm moving around really fast, or I'm talking really, my pussy just came in the room, or I'm talking really fast, then I will get out of breath as well. But for the most part, you know, if you've taken any type of biology class, you know that your lungs are up here. That's why when you go to the doctors, you breathe right here, you breathe right here. You know, they put the little, not microscope, stethoscope right here, and then back here and back here. Because I want to check your lungs, right? Because your lungs are like in here. Anyways, we all know where our lungs are. And then we have our diaphragm, which sits, I don't know if it's directly, but it sits under our rib cage, under our lungs. And that's how we can take really deep breaths. And then we have our waist, right? And the corset is simply putting pressure on my waist. It's not putting any pressure on my diaphragm. If it was, if this rib spring, if this was smaller and really tight on like around here, then yeah, I would have a problem taking deep breaths or maybe even breathing because it's too small up here. I do have another corset, my black corset from Timeless Trends, that it is too small up here. And that's when I was starting to get pain, so I stopped wearing it. But yeah, I can breathe, guys. A lot of people, I think that you can't breathe when you're wearing a corset because I think a lot of people have this idea or concept that anything tight around their body, whether it be from here down, is constricting, and they subsequently get out of breath. So therefore they ask you, are you out of breath? Can you breathe? Because they themselves are looking at you and thinking, you know what I mean? You know, when you see a video and you're just like, or stuff like that. I think that's where like the rumor lies, because it's kind of like an effect when you see something that you don't understand, or you see something that causes a specific effect on you. Like if I were to see someone get their ear pierced, for example, and I'm like, oh my God, didn't that hurt? Because me, I cringed when the person on the video got their ear pierced, right? But they probably had like lidocaine, or this is probably their 15th piercing. You know what I mean? So, you know, never believe what you see on the internet, but also be like, have common sense. Some of you guys, not you guys, the viewers, but there are some people on here that just don't have any common sense. And it's like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Hi, Carla. Congrats on closing your corset. Thank you. I have been trying to close my 20-inch corset for a year now, but I love food, me too, and have gained like 5 pounds, and I'm struggling so much to close it. Girl, where like I gained 25 pounds. So I feel you. The biggest thing for me is, I think the reason why I closed my corset is because I got these retainers. That's why I'm kind of like talking all weird and sucking on my teeth, which is probably super annoying to you. I'm sorry, but that's one of the biggest things. Like, I love food so much, and me and my husband, we go out to eat like all the time, which is disgusting. Like fast food, just thinking about fast food grosses me out. But then like when I'm ready to have Taco Bell, I'm like, damn, this is bomb. You know what I mean? So I get it. You know, you can tell yourself, okay, I'm going to lose 5 pounds. But at the end of the day, your mind plays tricks on you. I wish I could give you like advice. Okay, how about this? Earlier today, or just now, like maybe like 20, 30 minutes ago, I haven't eaten anything all day, which is kind of starving myself, but whatever. I was cleaning all day. I wasn't in the mood to eat, you know? So I went downstairs and I had a sandwich. But before I put on my sandwich, I closed my corset super tight, like how I have it on right now. And I went downstairs and I had a sandwich, and I started to feel full, and I stopped eating because I started to feel full. I wasn't full yet. Now I'm like stuffed because I had some watermelon after, which I know I shouldn't have, but it is what it is. And I think the most important thing that I can say, or I guess piece of advice that I could say, is like, put your corset on as tightly as you possibly can before you eat, whether it be In-N-Out, burrito, cereal, toast, whatever the case is. Put your corset on as tightly as possible. Look at yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself, God damn, I look so good, this, that, and the other. And then go eat. and see what happens. Another thing is what I do is I have my bottle of water next to me while I'm eating. So I will take really big chugs of water and then I'll eat, my Taco Bell or whatever the case is. And 9 times out of 10, I don't finish my food. And yeah, I did still have the Taco Bell, but at the same time, like baby steps, Carla, baby steps. So those are some pieces of advice I could give. I'm giving you. I mean, I know you didn't ask for advice, but I kind of understand the struggle because, like, food lover, corset wear, they don't really go hand in hand, but we got to make it work. We got to make it work. Hi, Sierra. How are you doing? Hey, Sanas. Just saw you live now. Love you, girl. Cal. Hey, Cal. How's it going? Oof, that hurt. I was leaning over and one of the bonings was like pressing down on one of my ribs. That's another thing about corsets is like if you're leaning over too much, like I know my girls are like right in your face, but like if you're leaning over a certain way for a long period of time and the corset isn't custom, this isn't a custom corset, this is off the rack or OTK, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes some of the bonings can like get you. And also, this is an Orchid corset. So a lot of people have a lot to say about Orchid corset and them not being up to par with how corsets should be made. In my opinion, I really don't care. I really don't care. You're good, thanks. That's good to hear. And it's so amazing that you can control your hunger by using a tight corset. It really is, Cal. It actually really is. I think corsets are a tool for weight loss. Like, you're not going to lose weight just by wearing a corset, but they are a tool. So, congrats closing your corset. Thanks, Medby. Hurts too when leaning to the side when wearing waspy. Oh, yeah, for sure. Although, now that I've lowered my bunny ears, it doesn't hurt as much to lean to the side. I find with my corset, I eat a lot smaller and more often. Yeah, that's also another thing is that you eat a lot smaller meals, but more often. So you're kind of like, what do they call them? Grazers. You become more of a grazer than you do like full meals. Is that what it is? A full meal? Instead of having a full meal, you'll have like little snacks in between because you can't eat large meals. Oh my God, I'm so full, you guys. I shouldn't have had watermelon. I was cutting it and I was like, oh my God, this is so effing sweet. Huh. It was so good. I had like 4 bites though, but they were like hella juicy. And I find that liquid foods fill me up faster when I'm wearing my corset than solid foods do. Because I think it like, with the solid foods, it takes a lot longer to digest for your mind to be like, hey, we're full. Whereas liquid, it kind of just goes straight to your stomach and starts filling it up instead of digesting. These retainers are going to be the end of me. Anyways, that was, how to breathe in a corset. Then what does waist training do? For those of you who just got here, I'm just going over the videos or the shorts that I made earlier this weekend because a lot of people had a lot of questions and I was just like, common sense, guys. But anyway, so what does waist training do? It trains your waist, right? I have a 30-inch natural waist. I'm wearing a 26-inch corset. It's going to eventually train my waist to become smaller. I want my natural 28-inch waist back so bad, which I will get there. Whether come hay or high water. Is that how the saying goes? I will get back there. I just gotta lose weight. But waist training trains your waist to become more smaller and more snatched. And it is either temporary or permanent, depending on how often you wear your corset, how long a period of a time you wear your corset. If you wear your corset to maintain your small waist, like with diet and exercise, if you diet and exercise to lose weight and then you lose the weight and then you don't diet and exercise anymore, or you don't eat healthy and exercise, like you're going to gain weight back. So you have to maintain your diet and exercise. You have to maintain corset training, at least in my opinion. Had gallbladder surgery recently. Small frequent meals was advised. So I guess that suits corset wearing anyway. Oh my God, are you okay? What happened? Oh my God, I feel so bad for you. I don't want you to put your business on blast, but I hope you've healed, and that's scary. Gallbladder surgery. But yeah, small frequent meals I think are good for corset training too, because we can't really eat large meals. And for those of people who are like, wearing corsets like super small and saying, because I see this on TikTok sometimes, they wear like really cinched in corsets and they say that they eat everything they want and they eat a ton of food. Like, I'm just wondering, like, in perspective, like, what's a ton of food to you, babe? Because a ton of food to me is going to a buffet. That's a ton of food, or a ton of food is like a whole ass burrito and carne asada fries. That's a ton of food, which I wouldn't be able to finish either wearing a corset. So is a ton of food to you like a bowl of cereal and an orange? Like, how are you fitting all that into your tiny ass corseted waist? Like, stomach rather. Like, the corset is not corseting, or the math is not mathing, however the kids say it these days. A ton of food is a ton of food, like 1,000 kilograms. Yeah, but I think it's just like perspectively, because if I were to say a ton of, oh, I see what you mean. I like that, Med B. That was funny. 1,000 kilograms. That's a ton. That's unbelievable that waist training can shrink your waist. What is it doing? Even beyond you actually wearing it. I had no idea. Great information in this. Thanks, Cal. Yeah, Cal. I mean, back in the day when I was waist training and I went down from, I think when I first started, I was 32 inches. When I first started back in 2013, I was about 32, maybe 33-inch waist. And then I went down to a 30-inch waist just with corseting. I didn't really change my diet. I was exercising though. And then I stopped for a couple of years and I just dieted and exercised, got my waist down to a 28-inch waist. And then I went back up to a 30-inch. And right now, like, I'm at my heaviest weight, but I'm at a 30-inch versus my 32 or 33-inch waist that I used to be back in 2013. So in my personal experience, I think that if I wasn't corset training, or if I wasn't waist training, whatever the hell you want to call it, I think that my waist would have become more like squared off instead of like still having like somewhat of a curve. I gotta show you guys someday, like, when I when I take a shower, like, obviously you have to get naked and stuff, but I'll like check myself out in the mirror and I'll be like, God damn, like, I haven't worn my corset all day and I still have a curve. Whereas, like, yeah, my body is like more on the hourglass or pear shape, so my torso does have a natural curvature to it, but at the same time, like, with the amount of food I would be eating and not corset training, you would think that I'd be like, not fatter, because I think fatter is like this way, like stomach wise. I guess more wider. You'd think that I'd be more wider, like on the up here. I'm obviously hella wide down here. That's not the point. So I don't know. I think in my personal experience that when you're corset training and you gain some weight, you will still not gain weight down here on your waist. Okay, another thing before I forget is that Sierra, do you sleep in your corset? Yes, I'll get into that. But really fast, what I want to tell you guys is, so you know how like you hold your, this is how I hold my phone. I hold my phone, I don't hold my phone like this. I have my pinky underneath. So I'm holding it like this. This is like my YouTube channel. But anyways, like I hold it like this, right? I am getting or it's kind of there, like I can feel it. It's like it's a curve in my pinky from holding my phone constantly. There are gamer guys, I think they're on Twitch or probably YouTube gaming, whatever. They do gaming. And so what they do is they wear headsets, right? Because they're streaming games, right? Oh my god, I feel like I have to burp and it won't come out. I hate this feeling. Sorry, but they're getting dents in their head from something being some kind of a pressure on their head for hours upon hours of the day. Like they're probably streaming over 10, 12 hours a day, right? And it's like putting a little dent in their skull. Okay, I have a pinky. I have we've had, you know, guys come on and say like, "Oh my god, I'm getting a dent in my head from my headphones." Like, but then people have the audacity to say corsets don't work. Corsets are not gonna train your waist to have a, what is this called? This is more cinched in waist. Like, use your fucking common sense. Like, if a stupid phone that's probably like 1 or 2 pounds, probably not even, can cause a little dent in my pinky from holding it, and I'm holding this like constantly when I'm like scrolling and all that BS. But they say that a corset is not gonna cause, like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. People are so dumb. People do not have any common sense these days whatsoever. Like, I just feel like someone had to say it. Okay, so yes, I do sleep in my corset. Yes, the answer to that is yes, I do sleep in my corset. I do not sleep in my corset fully closed because I do want to be comfortable while I'm sleeping. Not to say that while my corset is fully closed that I am uncomfortable. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that while I am in my comfortable ass bed, sleeping for 8 to 10 hours, I want to be as comfortable as possible. And so I will loosen up my corset maybe to have a 2 to 3 inch gap. So, that I'm comfortable. Another thing though is that I need to sleep on my back with a pillow under my neck and obviously my head, but mainly like holding my neck because I get neck pain. And then also another pillow under my knees or like under my hamstrings, kind of close to my butt. So it kind of arches my butt up a little bit because the corset, it gives your torso a curve. And if you're sleeping with a curve, I don't know, it's just not comfortable to me unless I sleep with the pillows like that. Also, if I sleep on my side, it's really uncomfortable because this part, what the hell is this called? The waist. My waist, there's nothing like holding me and touching the bed, so it just feels uncomfortable. But I do like, if I'm like, downstairs in the living room, I will put a blanket. I'll put a pillow like right here, and then I'll lay down so that this is like cushioned, and then I'll feel kind of comfortable. But long story short, yeah, I sleep in my corset, but I have to sleep on my back, which I mean, is good for like face and wrinkles and all that too. And sleeping on your back, I know is not like ideal to a lot of people, but for me, it's just so ideal. Like, cause I sleep weird. I sleep like with my hands, with my hands at my side like a soldier, and I just don't move all night, and I just sleep like this. Oh my goodness, you're so cute. Thank you. You can make mentioning you have to burp sound adorable. Yeah, I feel like I have to burp, but also, I think talking really fast is not helping either. So I need to calm the hell down. Anyways, let's get back to this. So yeah, what does waist training do? I think I answered that question, right? I mean, I answered it in the video, but for those of you who despise shorts and will never watch a short, this is for you. So that's what waist training does. Waist training trains your waist to become smaller. The next one was corset liner versus cami top. So I got this question asked, I think it was on TikTok. And I mean, yeah, you can wear a cami I mentioned this in the video, of course, as well, too, you know, but like I said, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, so put my bra on, put a cami on, and then put my corset on. And if I want to stealth, like I want to go out in public, I have to go grocery shopping or something, I don't want, you know, I don't want to look like this when I have to run to the grocery store. So I'll usually wear a sweater. Because sometimes if I wear a top, like a plain t-shirt over my cami and my corset, it's either, excuse me, it came out. It's either one, it's way too hot because I have like, what, 3 layers, a cami, a corset, and a shirt. It's either way too hot or like, it like really like points out my bra fat, which I'm like not a fan of. I mean, who is a fan of bra fat? I will point that out. Or I can't wear like a cute shirt because I don't like a lot of straps up here, like my bra strap, then the cami top strap, and it's just like, it's not a vibe for me at all. So that's why I recommended DIYing your corset liner, because then it helps with it helps with not sharing. What am I trying to say? You know, I can't really think right now because I feel like I have to burp again. But it helps like with sweat not piling up on your corset, you know, under your corset. And if you don't have a modesty panel like I do, because I removed my modesty panel, then the laces won't give you like back burn, whatever you want to call it. So that's why I wear a corset liner. And then also, like, if I ever want to like give away or sell my corset, I don't want a bunch of sweat stains. I have another corset where I never wore any kind of liners. The corset was just always sitting on my skin, and there's like sweat spots, you know, and that's not cute. So that's why I prefer to wear a corset liner versus a cami tank top. And that's why I prefer to wear a corset liner in general. If you're watching this and you have not already liked this, please like this. It would help me so much. Thank you. Hi, I waist train. How do you keep your corset clean? Okay, so how do I keep my corset clean? The main thing I do is I don't do anything in my corset. Like if I'm gonna cook, I'll take my corset off, but my husband mainly does the cooking, so I can't really say that. Or I'll wear something over my corset. So like a t-shirt, like a big t-shirt that I don't mind getting dirty, and then it'll prevent the corset. Another thing is that I stealth my corset a lot, so I will, you know, hide my corset under clothes, and that also prevents it from getting dirty. So yeah, I always have something underneath my corset and something over my corset, so nothing is ever like getting to my corset. You know what I mean? If you have to like, if you want to like, you know, show off your corset and you're trying to like make sure that it doesn't get dirty, I don't know, I would say just be very careful. I'm not the person to ask for like, say your corset got dirty, how do you clean it? I've never cleaned my corset before. You can try to take it to a dry cleaning, but tell them like there's steel boning inside. So, because you can't get your corset wet, otherwise it'll rust. So maybe they know how to, maybe they would know how to clean it. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't clean my corsets. Gross? Debatable. Where do we get a corset liner? You can get a corset liner from Orchard Corset. Most places that sell corsets get a corset liner. But I don't recommend purchasing a $15, $20 corset liner. What I did, and I made a video on this, is a DIY corset liner. So I'm sure you can find in your closet a tank top or like a cami. I had a cami crop top. So like, you know, a spaghetti strap, like it covered my boobs, and then it covered like probably like up to here. It was just like a cami. And I cut the straps off and I just pulled it all the way down. And this is my corset liner. I just tucked it in. So it's just a cami crop top. I cut off the straps. and the tags too, because they bug the hell out of me. And then use that as your corset liner. Don't purchase a corset liner for $15 and $20, please. If you don't have any crop top camis, or you don't have any, camis or tank tops at all, go on Amazon and find a cami or crop top cami. Make sure it's crop top for, I don't know, $5, $6. 10 max. That's like doing too much. Or go to like Target or Walmart and get one of those cami crop tops for like $3 or $4 or H&M or something. Cut off the straps and put it under your corset. And the reason why I say to do a crop top instead of like a whole regular ass camisole that, like, covers your boobs and your entire torso, like, the whole layering camisole thing. The reason why I say not to do that, instead do a crop, because you're not going to be covering your boobs. You're just going to be covering the corset. So you just want the crop, to be from like here to here, or however long your corset or torso is. I hope that makes sense. What brand is that corset you're wearing? This is Orchid Corset, and it is the baby pink CS 201, and it's a size 26. And so it's the corset. I'll show you guys the back, and as I've mentioned before, it is not closed right now, although I have closed it the other day. This is the front, and this is the back. Should we tighten it up a little? What do you say? Ouch. Not my torso, my hand got caught. Let me raise you up a little. And then I'm going to start the loop or lace. I forget, I don't know what this is called. What is this called? Half lace, half loop? You're gonna tie it into a bow, but you do this first. Ow, my fingers. Okay, there we go, guys. Nice and tight, nice and snug. It's a little open, but whatever. I consider this closed. For me, the best thing about corsets is that it makes me have good posture. I always wear heels, which I know is bad for my back, but no back pain since wearing corsets. That's really good. I can't say that it has the same effect on me as like no back pain, because I'm always like this on my phone. So my lower back is straight, but my upper back is, you guys, I have to stand up. I'm sorry. I feel like I need to burp so bad. Okay. Sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry. I wanted to see if you guys could see the back, but no, you can't. Whatever. But yeah, so I wish I could say the same, but I'm glad that it's having that effect on you and you're not in any pain, because I know heels can have that effect. I used to wear heels when I was in corporate America. You know, you have to wear heels. Well, you don't have to, but and yeah, my feet were always killing me all the time. I never had back pain, but my feet, oh my God. I washed my corset submerged in water with soap. Oh, Arania Black style. Yes, I like to live dangerously, but I only do that for my daily wear beater corsets. Interesting. What kind of soap is that? I never Ariana Black style. Never heard of that soap before. I've heard of African black soap, which I have, or I used to have. I used to wash my face with it. It really got rid of like my acne and stuff. Or I didn't have acne. I had like, you know, those like little well, they're caused from too much wheat, like bread and stuff. Those little like white dots that people get on their face. If your corset is not showing any signs of being dirty, why wash it? Makes sense, it does. Instead of washing them, you could steam them if you own a steamer or iron with steam function, Cal. You know what, Cal? That sounds like a good idea. The only issue I would have is because there's steel in here. If you're steaming steel, I don't know if it would make it rust, because steam is, you know, evaporated water, right? Something to that effect. So I don't know if that would make the corset rust. Corsets might not look dirty, but they can get stinky. I think they can get stinky if you're not wearing a corset liner, right? Because you're sweating all over the place inside of it, so it can definitely get stanky. Ariania Black is a corset YouTuber, but her content was removed. Okay, why was her content removed, Med? Please give us the tea. Why was it removed? What was she? Oh, thank God. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. You guys had to witness that. Why was her content removed? Because that's the thing, is like I always get scared. Like if I make it big, is my content gonna get removed? Like what was she doing that made her content get removed? You look even more gorgeous when in full view. Thanks, Cal. It feels a lot better too, except I have to kind of like lean down to read the comments, but that's fine. She demonstrated how to wash corsets, even did it in a washing machine, but I would not dare go that far. Oh my God, I've heard of people doing that, putting their corsets in a washing machine. I would be way too afraid to do that. I would not do that. If anything, I would take like spray and wash, like, you know, those spot removers, spray my corset and just remove the spot if there is a spot, wherever the spot is. But this is satin, so it's like I don't know how that would I don't know what kind of effect that would have. I'd be too scared. How does it feel to have it closed? Are there days that the corset seems that it doesn't close? I mean, it doesn't feel like anything, to be honest. Like it feels tighter. It feels good, accomplished. I just got it closed. What's today? Monday? I think I just got it closed like Friday or Saturday. And then I think I got it closed Thursday or Friday, because I don't wear my corset Saturday. I think that we all need to take at least one day a week off, in my opinion. So I didn't wear it Saturday, and I also didn't wear it Sunday either during the day. I wore it at nighttime though. I mean, here it is. Like, you can say this is not closed completely because there is a gap, but I say this is closed. I'm sure there are going to be days where I can't get it closed, depending on, you know, if I've eaten too much that day, or when I'm on my period, I bloat a lot, so I might not be able to get it closed during that period of time. So I'm sure I'll have those days. And if I do, when I do come across those days, I'm not going to be hard on myself. Like, I got you clothes before, why can't I do it now, kind of thing. You know, I just like be easy, be gentle with yourself. Like, in my opinion, corset training and wearing a corset takes so much patience with yourself. Like, you have to know your body. You know, you have to know every little feeling that your body makes. You have to understand it and acknowledge that feeling with wearing corsets. So lots of patience and lots of persistence. Like, if you do not have patience, if you do not have persistence, corset training is just not going to work for you. Well, I changed my mind. I was never patient and I was never persistent about anything in my entire life except with corset training. So who knows, it could change you. You could become that patient girl, boy, whatever. Good point. That steam may cause rust. But you know what? Like, at the same time, maybe not. I don't know. But I feel like it would. I feel like it would. Like, I have a feeling that it would. Maybe she just quit. She mostly makes tutorials how to make corsets. I'm going to look her up. A-R-E. Where was it? A-R-A. A-R-A. A-R-A-N-E-A. Black. I don't see her. Where is she? I don't see it. Did she go by a different name? There's so many people on YouTube. Not so many people, but there's a lot of people on YouTube who make corsets. Like, they're like, you know, they know how to sew and they make corsets. I wish I could do that. That'd be so cool to like make my own corset. But here I am, just waist training, which I don't think is a bad thing. Please like this video if you haven't already. It really helps my channel. Have you a smaller corset planned? I do not. I do not have a smaller corset planned just yet. My goal is to have this corset completely closed and wear it for like a month. So it took me 31 days to have this corset closed. I want to see if I can wear this corset for 31 days before I get another no. I want to see if I can wear this corset for 31 days closed completely before I get a new corset. Whenever I buy corsets, I usually buy them with a 6-inch reduction. So naturally I'm a 30-inch waist. So I usually buy like 24-inch corsets. Sometimes I would buy 22-inch corsets if I was really feeling frisky. But I never closed any of those corsets, and I know it's because I didn't have the right rib or hip spring. But that's not to say anything. What's to say is that eventually I will get a 24-inch corset, and it will probably be the same style, the CS201, because I just love this style, and the rib spring and the hip spring are just like so perfect for my measurements. But I don't plan on getting that corset anytime soon. But you know what I do want to do? I do want to what is it called? On Instagram, Orchard Corset does a corset giveaway every weekend. And I think I'm going to start, what do you call it? Not signing up for it, but like entering the corset giveaway. So maybe I can get my next corset for free. My corsets are also closing, so I don't know what's next after they close. Well, I still want it to be tight. Yeah, I mean, you do want to have a tight corset, especially if you're waist training. Hold on. This kills me. God, I feel so much better. You do want to have a tight corset, so I don't know. If your corset is completely closed and it's not tight anymore, then I think that you definitely need to get a new corset. Hard to find anyone who vlogs their waist training journey. I wish there were more vloggers like this. Me too. Me too. The only two other corset people I follow that they don't do vlogs per se, but they do some corset stuff is Ashley White. That's her last name, Ashley White, and then T Waist. Corset waist training. I don't know what their name is, but let me show you. TW. Tiny Waisted is their at. Up here. Love them. And then Ashley, love her too. There she is, up there. So those are the other two people I follow for corsets. But yeah, same. I wish there were more people who, vlogged their waist training journey. You should vlog your waist training journey. Yes, I'm talking to you. When the stomach is very hungry, is the rumbling sound felt when wearing a corset? Yes. Yes, it is. I was starving. What was it? I think it was yesterday. No, Friday. And yes, you can definitely hear the rumbling sounds. But I will say that you don't hear or feel them right away like you would if you weren't wearing a corset. I think what the corset does is it kind of, for lack of better words, it mutes the rumbling. No, not mutes. Kind of pauses. No, stops the rumbling. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. It's just kind of like you don't feel like, damn it, you don't feel super hungry until you're starving. But yes, you will hear it if your stomach is loud. Sometimes I will hear my stomach, but like the person next to me won't. But sometimes they'll be like, damn, like, are you hungry? And I'm like, yes. And I'll have my corset on. So it depends how loud your stomach is. I would love to make corsets too, Sierra. I think that's like definitely a skill for sure. Is the corset comfortable? Are they comfortable to wear? Yeah, they're comfortable to wear for the most part, Sarah. I mean, you will have your days. Like I have my days all the time where I'm just like, get this shit off of me. But I mean, you have to like for example, if I've eaten way too much like earlier today and that's why I had to stand up, like it was a little uncomfortable because I felt like I had to burp and it was like, but there are ways to combat the feeling of uncomfortability, whereas like instead of sitting down, you stand up to make sure like I should do it this way to make sure everything goes down nice and easy. If your corset is really tight, or no, scratch that. If your rib spring and hip spring are incorrect for your body, then yes, it's going to be extremely uncomfortable. I have a black corset, as I mentioned earlier, that is super uncomfortable for me to wear, especially like really tight, because it's made for someone who has an underbust of, I think it's like 28 inches. And my underbust is 36. 35, 36. So you have to always make sure that the rib spring and the hip spring correlate with, your measurements. Otherwise, it's going to be extremely uncomfortable. If I wanted a smaller waist, would you recommend a waist cincher for a man? And if so, what kind? I'm assuming I shouldn't wear a corset. My measurements are 38, 33, 36. You could wear a corset. They make male corsets. A lot of corset places make male corsets. There are a lot of like even long line corsets have male physiques in mind because a lot of men have longer torsos than women. Go to mysticcitycorset.com and they have great male corsets. Yeah, Mystic City, exactly. They have really great corsets for men. But I mean, if you want to just cinch your waist, then yeah, you could probably wear a waist cincher for sure. Just get like 4 to 6 inches less than what is you say your waist is 33 inches. Yeah, so 33, 32, 31, 30, 29. Get something. Well, usually most corsets are even numbers. So 33, 32, 31, 30, 29. 28, 27, either a 27-inch corset or a 29-inch corset. I've never seen, correct me if I'm wrong, I've never seen odd number corsets. It's either a 26, 28, 30-inch corset. So it just depends on you. And obviously make sure you check your rib spring and hip spring. But definitely check out Mystic City and talk to them because they're very well known for male corsets rather. Corsets make me poop faster. Me too, Tony. Me too, because of the pressure just like helps push everything down. I need to make my freaking video on my toilet talk. Corsets and toilet talk. I have the whole thing scripted out and I'm just way too lazy to film the video. But because there's always, rumors about how corsets create indigestion and everything. And it's like, are you talking to someone? Are you listening to someone who has never worn a corset in their life? Because the people who do wear corsets on a regular basis, I don't think they say that. You just have to make sure where you're getting your information from. Because there's like even doctors on TikTok and stuff who are like talking about waist training, and it's like, bro, like, yeah, you're a doctor, but at the same time, like it's like those dentists who smoke, or the overweight doctors who tell you need to lose weight. It's like, okay, you know what I mean? Ugh. What was the other question that I was going to answer? How I tie my corset laces. Well, I don't think I can answer that question because I don't want to take my corset off. I mean, you did see me tighten up my corset earlier today. It just really bothers me, you guys. I'm sorry. It just bothers me when there's a little gap. Thanks, Cal. I appreciate your kind words. My foot always gets caught in the lace. Look what happened to me. Can you see that? The skin was like peeling off. Because I was like pulling my laces so tight. Ouch. And it freaking created hella rug burn. It wasn't just now. This happened earlier today, I think it was. Or no, yesterday. It happened yesterday. There. See? Why can't it just be like that? What are your guys' thoughts on tying your laces in the front like this? Like, my perspective is like the laces are gonna warp the corset material right here, But a lot of people still do that. Even people who wear corsets like, all the time, they still tie their corset like that. And I'm just like, I thought we all, came to an agreement as a corset community to not wear our corset laces like that. I have to like hold my laces, otherwise they'll loosen. Ow. See, it loosens a little bit. Whatever, you guys. What the hell ever. Look at my cat. Hi, Mimi. Hi, little princess. Anyways, guys, this is going on an hour long. I think we had a pretty good chat for today. I don't know what else to say, except thank you so much for supporting my channel and always being here and just like being here and supporting my channel. Let's see if I can sit down now. Ooh, not really. Ugh. Wearing a waist binder faja helps the body get used to compression. When I take a break from corsets and later go back, I start with a faja so my body gets ready. I know Sinus does it too. Yes, I do that. I have like 4 different types of waist compressions for when I start to do that. When you're lacing up your corset, you should make an ASMR specific video of just you lacing up different corsets. Well, I do have one or two videos of corset lacing ASMR. But yeah, I did get my mic to work, so maybe I will do that one day, but I'm just so lazy sometimes. My cat, she's too much. Little sneaky little chunkster. Mimi. Hi, pussy. Come here, pussy. Thanks so much for the live stream. Good night. Good night, Cal. Sweet dreams. Sometimes she's pretty cranky. Like if you pet her the wrong way, she'll come after you and bite you. Oh my God, the other weekend or last week, she bit my mom and like there's 4 like dots. She like held on to my mom. And me and my husband were like, oh, she's probably just playing because that's how she plays. Like, they hold on to the toy. But I felt so bad for my mom. If you guys have not liked this video, please like it. It really helps me. We love your channel and thank you for the lives too. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mal. Is it Mal or Mal? Yeah, Malexa? Do you like dogs too? Not really. I mean, I like dogs. Alexa, stop. She's so annoying. Like nobody's been talking to you. I like looking at dogs, but I would never like let a dog lick my face. To me, that's disgusting. Like even when my cat gets pretty close to my face to sniff me, I do this to my mouth because I don't want them getting close to my lips. Like that, to me, that's disgusting. Like that's an animal and you're letting them lick your face. Oof. I don't really like dogs. No, they're kind of dirty and they smell. Cats are like super clean and just like, fend for themselves and stuff. But anyways, guys, I think I'm going to get going. I do want to do like a yoga session on my other YouTube channel, which is always going to be linked in my description. This thing hurts. So I think I'm going to take my corset off and do some yoga. I'm going to try at least. I'm OCD about germs. I don't let dogs do certain things. Yeah, same. That's just, to me, that's just like doing a little too much. Like, it's gross. But anyways, hopefully I decide to go live again tomorrow. Let me see if I have anything like to do tomorrow. I don't think I have anything to do tomorrow, but now I have shit to do. I got shit to do. So I'm going to try to go live tomorrow. I don't know what time I'm going to go live. It's kind of like when I do it, I do it. So please have your bell notifications turned on so you catch me when I go live. And make sure that the YouTube app, you get notifications from the YouTube app as well, so that you can catch me when I go live. All right, guys. I love you, and thank you so much for watching this, whatever this was, this live. Me. To the bathroom video because I need that. I know I need to. And yoga helps me so much to starch the corset, to starch the torso. I feel my corsets kind of make me rigid. Yeah. My spine feels like I need to stretch it after wearing a corset. I'm not saying I hate corsets. I'm just saying I need to take it off once in a while and stretch my spine. Huh, mamas? We have to stretch our spine, little pussy. Okay, I will talk to you guys all later. And I love you. Bye.